Hey, it's Hip Hop and R&B right here on 103.5 The Beat with Pop and Keith. Got my special guest, my brother. I know y'all all familiar with the #1 podcast in the world that represents us. We talking Drink Champs. You know what I'm saying? This man needs no introduction, but I'm going to do it anyway, man. Shout out to my brother in the building. Finally got him up in the studio.
Family,
you know what I mean? My DJ is here. EFN, what's good, bro?
What's going on, man?
How are you, man?
I'm good. This is a family reunion, man.
It is, man. We got so much history.
We definitely do.
Yeah,
we definitely do.
Which makes me, or made me, or continues to make me so proud of you, brother. Just to see what you've created with Drink Champs.
Thank you.
You know, I'm giving you all the credit. I know you have a super amazing co-host.
Yeah.
But I'm giving
the legendary
you all the
N.O.R.E. Come on.
Legendary N.O.R.E.
Yeah.
That's my brother. But you know, I got to give the credit where it's due because I was there from the beginning. I know how it all started. You know what I mean? And it was your brainchild. So can you take us a little bit on that journey of how Drink Champs was created?
Oh, man, I'll try to shorten a very long story. But, you know, at one point, N.O.R.E. moved to Miami, to Kendall specifically, where Crazy Hood is from. And this was right after he did the reggaeton stint that he did. And so he was down there, and he kind of got the industry turned their back on him, like the English market. So he kind of came down there, you know, and he's like, you know, I was never into reggaeton. I'm Latino, I'm Cuban and everything. But I was always on the English side of things. I was just a hip hop head.
We were fans of Platinum. Remember Platinum?
Oh, of course. No, and it out all day long. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that just wasn't my thing. And so he was like, "Yo, E, bring me back to hip hop." You know, basically. Wow. So he was working out of our studio. He was living close to us, and in those studio sessions, it's kind of like where the term Drink Champs came about. Because we were just drinkers. We were playing poker, recording. You know, doing studio antics.
Right.
And around that time, though, shout out to Leo G, who was formerly, I don't know if he's there anymore, but he was at XM, and then it became Sirius XM. He gave us a weekly show that we were recording out of my studio in Kendall. It was called Militainment Crazy Raw Radio. N.O.R.E. named it that name.
Of course.
So he wanted to include everybody's name in the show. And so we did that, and that's actually looks and sounds like Drink Champs back then. Just less guests. Not that many people were going to come all the way to Kendall. Right. But we had like Fat Joe, I think Swiss Beats, a couple guests. So we stopped doing that. We didn't make a dime off of that. It was just for fun. It was promo. And N.O.R.E. and Poem got together and did an album. They went on tour. I was managing a group called Mayday out of Miami.
Yes.
They got signed to Tech 9. We went on tour. So we got busy. But we really missed doing that show. Like, it was fun. And so a homie of mine named Godfrey, who's also from Miami, also from Kendall, he had a podcast called Gamertag Radio. It's in the podcast Hall of Fame and everything.
Wow. And
he was always advocating, yo, you should do a podcast. That thing you did with N.O.R.E. would be a great podcast. And it could be any length. It could release at any time. And then he got distributed through CBS Radio for his podcast. And he said, you want me to make the connect? I said, please. They said, can you guys film? They liked the idea of it. They said, film 2 pilots. They weren't completely sold on it. They said, we want to hear what this is going to be.
Right.
And at that point, I had another studio in downtown Miami, and I was doing a Dash Radio. Remember Dash Radio?
Yes!
I had a show. That's still my boy, DJ KNS. He still does the show, OG Radio. What was it? OG Radio, yeah. Okay. So we were all set up for a show.
Yeah.
And so we filmed the pilots there, and it was Kenny Anderson was the first episode that we filmed, and Fat Joe was the second one, but Fat Joe ended up being the first release.
Right.
And just to go back a little bit, the whole Drink Champs term was something that we were always saying, so I had a little bit of foresight, and I grabbed the .com. I grabbed the plural and the singular, Drink Champs and drinkchamp.com.
Right.
Grabbed the handles, the IGs, the Twitters, all of that. And so it was there. Got my boy Scam, who's also from Carroll City, Miami legend, hip hop legend, joints with Eminem, album covers for Tribe Called Quest. He did the logo. So I had everything ready, and I said, N.O.R.E., this is the name. He's like, let's rock. Put out that Fat Joe episode, and the rest is history. We caught lightning in a bottle, and
literally
Drink Champs was born.
Because when you think about, like hip-hop related podcasts, the names that come out is Drink Champs and Joe Budden.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, man, the legacy is sick, bro. And congratulations.
Thank you.
What would you say has been your most watched podcast? If you have those analytics?
It's going to be the Kanye ones for sure, for good and bad reasons. Kanye, I say Kanye #1 episode. The first one was an amazing episode. I think that a lot of people fell back in love with Kanye after that episode. And then episode 2, the second one with Kanye. That was controversial, and
Right.
it damn near almost ended Drink Champs, to be honest with you.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so much was going on around that, and it's too deep to really get into. But I mean, a lot like the politics and what what was going on and the controversies. It just it was a storm we had to weather for sure.
So how do you choose the interviewers? Because it seems like you try to keep it very classic
Right.
hip hop, but I want to hear it from you. Like, what's the thought process in the people who you interview?
So the way I like to say it, you might get different answers between me and N.O.R.E. We have different perspectives on it, but I like to say that we're the home for the legends.
Nice.
So whenever the legends, the pioneers, or someone who's our peer from like the 90s era, this is their home. But we're open to have a discussion with anybody that can have hip-hop discussions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we're not going to turn to it just because it's a younger artist or even an actor or a comedian. If we can have some kind of common language that's hip-hop and there's a hip-hop conversation to be had, then they're all welcome. Anybody's welcome on the show.
But the legends make more sense because they have the history, they have the experience, they can talk to things that really, to me, having the legends on your show are educating the newer age rappers and people in just the industry.
Right. I mean, that was the premise of the launch of the show because we felt at that time the void that we were filling is that the artists that were mainly like our peers or before them, mainstream radio wasn't showing them love anymore. They were kind of being counted out. Like, all right, it's a change of the guard. You're retired. Not blaming you, but
I know.
The powers that be, that's what was happening. And so everybody was like, almost like, they were treating people like they were retired, and so there wasn't a lot of media outlets and platforms that would platform a lot of these artists.
Yeah.
And then we came along and we kind of showed also because people are aging as well. We showed, look, we could still have fun, no matter how old you are. We're still in the game. We're still producing music. We're we kind of showcased everybody in a new light and told all these untold stories.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing too. If you really go back to our generation, I say our generation, like the '90s era is what I kind of encapsulated as. We weren't about like filming everything, recording everything, talking about everything. It was all like, no, you don't do that. So this was all these stories were kind of like untold,
That's what's
and
up.
so I thought that the audience really like reacted to like, wow, I really didn't know none of this stuff, and it was cool to them.
That's what's up. Well, you have cemented yourself, your name, your legacy into something that will live beyond your years, man.
Appreciate it,
and
man.
I couldn't wish that on a better person, man.
Thanks,
You've been so consistent,
Thanks.
so dedicated to hip hop here in South Florida, where it was the toughest. We were buried under Luke and booty music, and we didn't really have a space, and our spaces were really small. Our artists were least recognized, you know what I mean? And you fought through that, you know what I'm saying? And something that you fell in love with, and we fell in love with, hip-hop. And you wanted to have that level of presence here in a place that you love, which is South Florida.
Yep.
So, I've witnessed that with you and your team, not just you, your whole team.
Yeah, shout out to the whole Crazy Hood
team. You know
team,
what I mean? And so let's call this celebration that you're having, Crazy Hood Day, a culmination of that, like just celebrating, hip-hop here in South Florida. And when I say hip-hop, it's no disrespect to any other, genres of rap music, Southern rap, this, that, the other, you know what I mean? But, the fact that the good days, the bad days, the unpopular, the whatever, you always stood fast in representing, hip-hop here in South Florida, man. So I'm so glad that you doing this Crazy Hood Day. Tell everybody about it, man, and how long it's been, the inception, a little story about Crazy Hood Day.
Yeah, so 3 years ago, we got the keys, the first ever key to West Kendall.
Wow.
Yeah, which was just cool.
Felt good, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, and just to give you some history on that, like they actually presented the key to us in front of I forget the name of this spot, but it's this area where they brought the kids from Cuba in this program called Peter Pan, where they took these kids, they like smuggled them out of the country because they were endangered by the regime supposedly.
Yeah.
And my dad was one of those kids at 13 years old.
Wow.
And they were put in this camp as a holding spot, and he ended up going to an orphanage in Washington State.
Wow.
So I didn't know they were gonna present the key there. It sucks that I don't remember the name of the spot, but it has like a Native American name. But that's where they presented the key in front of that location, which I was like, yo, this is
epic.
And imagine this 13-year-old kid comes by himself here, and, you know, he doesn't know what's going to happen in life, and that, you know, however many years later, his son, grown son, gets the first key to this area.
Wow.
It's nuts. And so we got the key. We got the proclamation for Crazy Hood Day, which was October 30th. And then shortly after, we got the key to Miami-Dade County. And so we decided to celebrate all of this with doing the first annual Crazy Hood Day. We actually did 2 events that year because we were celebrating our 30th anniversary.
Right.
And then I said, let's just keep it going. And we did last year with DJ Premier. And then this year's our 32nd anniversary, and we got DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Huge, man. Huge. I mean,
October 20th is the actual day? My bad. October 20th is the actual proclamation day. Yeah.
Got you.
Thank you for your thoughts.
Well, that's huge. Sunday, November 16th.
Yes.
It's happening. You have the legendary, magnificent DJ Jazzy Jeff in the building. Who else you got there?
We got Static Selector. We got DJ Craze. We're doing this thing called the Zoo Reunion. For people that don't know,
oh yeah,
the Zoo is this hip hop party that was happening in the early 90s that me and my crew, we used to frequent before we were trying to get involved in this as a career. And, you know, that's where we saw Craze, where Epps was, you know, getting a start. DJ Chris was now DJ Classic.
Yep.
Coupe DeVille. And, you know, this is, you know, not many people might not know about it, but we wanted to bring this back into the forefront.
Yeah.
Because the whole idea of Crazy Hood Day is to celebrate our legacy, celebrate the scene that birthed us, which is that scene, and pay homage. Like we had Mother Superior, and we gave her an honor in our first one, right? So we do this thing where we acknowledge people from the scene, and it's not about who they are to everybody, it's who they are to us.
Yes.
You know, and acknowledging what they contributed to the scene and to us specifically as well. And so, yeah, man, it's gonna be. We have Destroy also from SiriusXM Shade 45. He's hosting. We got Coupe DeVille, like I mentioned, Epps. Who am I forgetting? We got Fane performing.
CeeLo.
We got DJ CeeLo, DJ One Track, King Tetris, Scam, my homie Scam. He's gonna be performing, and you never know who's gonna show up too. We got a lot of special guests coming through.
Nah, sounds like an amazing event, and it's going down at Lincoln's
Beer Brewery. And I forgot one thing. The early part of the event, we've been trying to do like some kind of a battle to give back, like to the community, and we did a beat battle, a producer battle last year. This year we're doing a DJ battle.
Ooh.
And Ellis1 is hosting it and he's participating in
it. Gosh.
Yeah, so shout out. It's called Who's Crazy with the Cuts.
You know what?
Yeah.
Craze should enter it too.
Yeah, Craze gonna be one of the judges.
Shut Ellis1 ass down.
Yeah. So
shout out to my brother DJ Ellis1. That's great.
Shout out to Nick Fury, who's also a part of organizing that. So that's early on. From 3 o'clock to 5 p.m. It's free from 3 to 7. The only reason why we've been charging, this is really a free community event.
Right.
I'm only charging because people in South Florida and Miami, they like to come late to everything.
Yes,
so I'm like, look, if you want the luxury of being late, you gotta pay.
Yeah.
But it's really otherwise, it's a free event. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Absolutely, man. Well, listen, man. Go to crazyhood.com, get all the details there. Go to Official Crazy Hood on social media.
Who's Crazy is my IG.
Yes, absolutely, man. And I'm just so proud of you, man.
And likewise, man, I'm very proud of you and everything you're doing for the community, man. And come on, we're all seeing it, and we're all very proud. And whatever you're doing in the future with that, let us know. We got your back.
I appreciate it, my brother. Hey, that's my DJ right there, man. Shout out to EFN, man. Shout out to the Crazy Hood team, the family. Y'all make sure and pull up Sunday, November the 16th. It's going down Crazy Hood Day with the magnificent DJ Jazzy Jeff is going to be in the building, man. That's legendary within itself. From 3 o'clock until 11, no cover until 7 o'clock. Then you got to cough up because you're late.
Let's go.
It's going down at Lincoln's Bed Brewery in Miami off of Southwest 41st and 73rd Ave, man. So it's going to be an epic event, man. Congratulations. Thanks for sharing some amazing stories. You could also check out my brother, man, as the host of Drink Champs.
Right.
Dropping episodes and legendary episodes.
Every week.
Yes, every week, man. So make sure you tap in with that as well. Anything else you want to leave us with?
Nah, man, just, show up. And I just want to say thank you for giving the platform to us as well. I see you always have people over here. You're always supporting, so thank you for that.
Man, it's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Tony could tell you. I'm like, whatever day he want to come, we're going to figure it out, man. That's my brother right there.
I appreciate you.
So glad to have you, King.
And we got to have you next year at Crazy Hood Day.
I'll be there,
You're
man.
a part of this whole movement.
I'm telling you from right now, I'm going to be there next year.
Yeah.
All right, I can't wait. I would have been there this year. I'm going to be on a cruise. That's the only reason I'm not
you're going to be on the roster next year.
All right, bet.
We're gonna bring back the legendary dance hall sets and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Love, my brother.
All right.